Welcome back, everybody. We are going all the way to the end. We are gonna beat the game. We're going all the way with Mario. Mamma mia, says Mario. And then you anally penetrate him and he goes ba-ba-ba-ba-ba and he falls off the screen. So this is World 5. This level's gonna have some of the most precise platforming we've encountered just yet. There is absolutely no room for the controls to be slippery. And you know what else is slippery? No, we gotta stop with that. Anyway, so see how thin these hitboxes are. This platforming is not for the faint of heart. No weenies allowed. I feel like if Weenie Hut Jr. were an actual place, there'd be like, it would have like its own like fandom, like its dedicated like group of regular customers, and they'd be really defensive about going there, and they'd make like Twitter posts trying to justify their attendance at Weenie Hut Jr. and they wouldn't be well reasoned. Seems like whenever somebody tries to make an argument on the internet, it's like the reasoning wouldn't pass like a 6th grade persuasive essay like guidelines. Just like basic stuff that they tell you about how to like persuade somebody, and then you see grown adults failing to learn such lessons. Just yelling and swearing at somebody is not a good way to present your argument logically. So I believe the Grey Birdo is all fireballs. No eggs to speak of. A joke came to mind just then, but I'm not gonna say it. No eggs to speak of. What could he possibly be thinking of that's so wildly inappropriate about not having any eggs? Anyway, so what else is going on in the world out there? Have you been watching the World Cup at all? I've seen like parts of it, but in my humble opinion, there hasn't been something interesting that has happened at the World Cup in quite some time. Like 2010 was interesting because they gave everybody in the crowd vuvuzelas and they were just honking them constantly, and it sounded like there was a swarm of bees loose in the crowd the entire time. Every single game from start to finish, just an incessant buzzing that drove everybody nuts. That's interesting at least. And then in 2014, that one was interesting because you had the thing with Brazil and how badly they lost at the end. It was like 7-1 or whatever. In 2018, nothing interesting happened that time. 2022, nothing interesting happened there either. And the current one, nothing interesting has happened, but it's still going, so that could change. There could be like a special guest appearance or something. Since it's being hosted in America this time around, maybe they could get like a popular American celebrity to like make a guest appearance. You could get like Kermit the Frog or something. Yeah. Just think, who's an American celebrity that we haven't seen in at least a couple of years, who's probably desperate for more work? They could get Harvey Weinstein. They could have a special release where he gets to attend the World Cup and people would throw things at him and boo him from the crowds and boo Harvey Weinstein, boo lies at the patent office. Anyway, and having all that stuff thrown at him, it would put him into a state of rage, and then he'd morph into a 50-foot tall kaiju and tower over everybody at the stadium. And yeah, that if I was in charge of the World Cup, that's what I would do. Harvey Weinstein, 50-foot tall kaiju. Make it happen, event planners. Make it happen. Do you think somehow by some miracle Shigeru Miyamoto's gonna see this video someday and be horribly disappointed, maybe a little grossed out? He's gonna naively log into YouTube one day. He's gonna say, I want to see what the people think of my game that came out in 1988, eh? And so he logs in, and by some miracle this with 22 views is what he finds, and He thinks it's gonna be just normal gameplay, and then it's just full of like jokes about Harvey Weinstein and all this other gross stuff. And Nintendo is actually against the concept of Let's Plays, and because of people like me, that might be exactly why. That might be exactly why. You can pick up the fish. Fuck. If your timing's good enough, but well, you know. You know, I can kinda understand why Nintendo would be against the concept of Let's Plays, and just fan content in general using their characters. I don't mean to sound like a wet blanket or anything, but, when you're trying to manage a brand, just letting random people you don't know use your characters for their own purposes is putting a lot of trust in just random strangers that could go rogue at any moment. Is the famous example, one of the Nostalgia Critics' contemporaries, Jew Wario. His whole thing was that he had that Wario hat that he would wear. And eventually there was a horrible incident where somebody accused him of rape and then he committed suicide. And it's like, from Nintendo's perspective, it's like, imagine somebody dresses up as your character and then gets famous for raping somebody. It's like, that's why Nintendo wants to clamp down on fan content, because you people cannot control yourself. This level gets really, really tough, by the way, just the sheer volume of stuff that they're gonna throw at you. Pushing the limits of how many enemies you can have on the screen. You ever actually look up the specs of the NES and realize just how many limitations there were? Only so many sprites, only so many colors. That's why there's no background, by the way. It's a miracle that anybody was able to do anything on such simple hardware. And nowadays we've got like just diminishing returns on the new systems, where on paper they're a lot better than the previous one, but in terms of what you can do, it seems we've plateaued a bit. So anyway, here's an evergreen topic. We can talk about the Criterion movies again. When I started with this stuff about a year ago, I guess I subconsciously decided that I was going to try to avoid all of the soul-destroying type stuff. No come and see, no Solo, none of the stuff that's just going to leave me horrifically scarred for life. That was the plan, but I guess Come and See, it just came up in my YouTube recommendeds a few days ago, and it's posted by the company that actually made the film. This would have been at about 11 p.m. right before I was about to go to bed, and it's like, well, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning a changed man, I guess. I did take a chance on actually watching it, and I would say it was about as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I wouldn't say it was better or worse in terms of upsettingness. It was about right where I thought it was gonna be, but it was still pretty bad. It's like, man, it's obvious to say this, but the Nazis were just completely horrific. This is just up close and personal with the danger. Yeah, there's too many Shy Guys on that one particular tile, and it's slowing down the whole game. It's also creating that ghost Shy Guy above us occasionally. The NES was not meant to do such things. If we can, actually take out some of those Shy Guys, it'll speed the game back up, and so that is what we shall do. Very slowly. So just wrapping up my thought on Come and See, you really gotta give that kid credit for his acting. I mean, the urban legends go that some of it wasn't acting, but still, just the look of fear on his face at certain times, I would describe it as animalistic. Because it's like, up until that point, I don't think I had ever quite seen that level of fear in a human being before. I mean, sometimes you would see it in animals, just like thinking back to when I would mow the lawn at my parents' house with the riding mower, and sometimes there'd be just a bunny in the grass, and it would see and hear the mower coming, and Just with its simple mind, it knows that there's danger, but it doesn't really know what. It doesn't know what the hell's going on, and just the look on its face is just a look of sheer animalistic terror. And there are a few scenes in the movie where the kid, he's emoting in a very similar way, because it's all just so completely horrific. There are a lot of people in our society nowadays that I think need to see something like that, just to be reminded of just how bad it really was. People are getting too far removed from that period of history and they're starting to forget. Jeez. In fact, just today, there's that famous poem about the Holocaust, and somebody on my local town subreddit, they rewrote it to be about like data centers or something, and it's like, yeah, people are getting too far removed from the horrors of war, and they're doing goofy shit like this. It's like, I know data centers can be bad, but you should not be invoking the Holocaust to make your point. It's like, people. So getting back to my thoughts on just disturbing Criterion movies, unrelated to come and see, I got the Mikhail Haneke trilogy for my birthday last month, with the Seventh Continent and Benny's Video and the 71 Chronology of Chance. Oh, that's gonna screw me right there. I jumped on the carpet when it was too far back, and now the timing's not gonna work out. I've got another one though, if you can get it. But we can't get it. Anyway, yeah, I got the Mikhail Haneke trilogy, and those are disturbing in a different way, I must say. I saw Benny's Video at least, and it's just, I think what bothers me most is just the realism of how it was handled. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is not for the faint of heart. So just plot-wise, it's, what happens is the parents, they leave their teenage son home alone for a couple of days, and when they come back, they discover that he committed a homicide and filmed it, and the body is just like stashed in his bedroom closet, and it's just, oh man, I can't even recommend that to people. I mean, from a filmmaking perspective, it's all very well done. Just some of the tricks that the director uses, like after the event itself happens, you notice the TV behind him in his bedroom, like it flips to a bunch of different channels, and every channel that it flips to has a scene of somebody looking to the left, as if to say everyone on the TV is looking at the body. It's like, my God. That was very hard to get through. And on a lighter note, you know what this boss reminds me of? Crab Battle! Yeah, timeless Newgrounds classic. So yeah, if you want to watch a movie that's just gonna fucking destroy you, I would say Benny's Video is definitely the place to look. After watching that, it's like, my God, I need my boost bar. So the throwing distance on the rocks varies a bit, and that's where the challenge lies in this one.
Białorady,